Yo, what's up? It's Retro Pat, and yeah, I'm not actually playing a retro game today. Turns out I just like video games in general, a crazy concept. But this video and this game you see on screen right now is Rage 2, and I find myself needing to talk about it because everything I see online is so mixed on this game, and I don't understand how that could possibly be the case. This game has single-handedly ignited an interest in me for more modern titles on the Xbox One. I'm not joking. I sent out an order to East Starland yesterday for 6 Xbox One games. Is this an impulsive purchase? Maybe partly, but I think it's more so deserved excitement that Rage 2 has given me. I also need to preface this by saying I am only 10 hours into Rage 2, 10 hours in 2 days. Which may not seem like much to some, and honestly it's not that much to me for certain games, but when it comes to newer games or more storyline based games, I find myself playing through most games in like 1 to 2 hour installments until I beat them. I'm no longer able to grind Halo 1 for 12 hours in one sitting in one day like I could when I was 12 years old. No, I can still play MMOs like RuneScape and Pokemon like that, but let's stay focused. Recently, for example, I beat Dead Space 1 for the first time, and that took me a solid week or two. A fantastic game that I can super understand how people really love, but just not the type of game that I absolutely adored. Rage 2 is the type of game that I absolutely adore. Giant open world, options, distractions, meteors, treasure to find, arts to ransack, mutant bases to ransack, towns to help, people to meet, vehicles to collect, vehicles to fly, places to slide, giants to kill, street races, formal races, foot races. Okay, not actually foot races, but putting the game on 120 field of view and immediately unlocking the sprint 30% faster perk makes this game feels like you're Turbo the Snail.
Whoa! That snail is fast! What?
The gunplay, the melees, the reticle sights, holy fuck, it just all feels so good. Rage 2 feels so good to play. I was expecting very little heading into this game when it had a price tag of $5. It feels like every review I saw was mixed or leaning negative. I loved Rage 1, but it was definitely hugely flawed. Rage 2 feels like they took all of the positives from Rage 1, the sound designs, the architecture, the fleshed out people of the wasteland, and just did everything from the ground up otherwise. This doesn't feel like a sequel, it feels like an entirely different franchise. And I think for the better, by far. The difference between Rage 1 and 2 is comparable to the difference between Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone versus the Deathly Hallows. And it makes sense, it took them almost a decade to release Rage 2 after the making of Rage 1. So a lot of things had changed, and I think they totally crushed their expectations. I swear, Rage 2's combat system must have been built in a lab by Zoomers, for Zoomers, with Subway Surfers playing at all times in the background for inspiration, because it is fast and there is a lot going on at all times. Some people may hate this, but I love it to death, and they nailed it. I can't tell you how many games try to represent that element of speed and chaos only to fall flat and be an embarrassing bore. Within the first couple hours of Rage 2, you're able to run 30% faster, double jump, zip line, climb, dash, dash and hit, control time and gravity, slide, slide and hit grenades back to your enemies, which is wildly important since one of the main enemies of this game are hooligans who hit grenades at you with baseball bats. Rage 2 is phenomenal, a 10 out of 10 game to me so far, and there's so much to do, and it all feels so fun while I'm doing it. There's so much to explore in Rage 2, there's so much to do, and I feel compelled to do all of it. Unlike certain giant games which feel very vapid and void, Rage 2 has me interested in wanting for more. The last time I was sucked into a game this hard was Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. I can't recommend that game enough as well. Another $5 incredible classic game on the 360. People talk about how expensive game collecting is in the year 2023, and I'm over here loving to death $5 games for 50 hours minimum a piece. I'm just super excited. I think there's so much to explore within this hobby. There's so much to explore with modern games, retro games, previous games, vintage games, and I'm just having a blast while doing all of it. I hope I still feel this way 100 hours into this game, or this video is going to end up being a tough lesson to learn. But for now, I'm keeping this script short and the editing long, unfortunately, so I can go play more Rage 2. Like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Peace.